Hello, everybody. It's Coach T. I finally made it to Scope. Um, for those of you who contacted me earlier via email, via text, I had some tweets and I actually had some Facebook posts saying, "Hey, are you late? Are you going to do it today? You said you were going to be consistent." So today was one of those very challenging days that if there was no perfect time to scope. So this is the best time. This is the right time. Today I'm talking about change and fear in the change process. So one of the things that you know that I've been talking about the last week is being on a mission, stepping outside of myself, putting myself out there um, through social media. As a matter of fact, 2 days ago, I did what I thought was a Facebook live stream. I still don't know where it is. I've gone on Facebook. I was streaming, but I'm not sure what platform I was using. So I haven't heard anything back, so I don't know. Maybe that's a good sign. I don't know. So, anyway, facing your fears. So, everybody knows that change is hard. A lot of people don't openly embrace change. I am one of those people. I love change. I think that the whole process of change and working to become a better person, working on your deficiency, it's very challenging. It's very rewarding. I really like the thought and the art of reinvention. I believe that where you start off does not have to be the same place that you end up. I think that everyone has the potential for great possibilities inside of them. And it's just about tapping into those possibilities and moving forward. So, how do you move forward when you're afraid? Knight coined it best, just do it. Feel the fear, accept it, and do it. If you're afraid of flying, get on a plane. If you are afraid of social media, hit record. Whatever it is, just doing it. I mean, Nike made billions of dollars with it, and it's just so true. You don't get over fear until you step outside of yourself and do that you're afraid of. And it's not only just doing it just one time, but it's being consistent with it. After you step outside of yourself and you step on the other side of that fear, then things become easier and you wonder to yourself, what why was I so afraid? What was that all about in the first place? I just finished a amazing webinar, and the webinar was entitled "Showing Up for Yourself." Well, I think I'm not telling you the correct title, but it was Lakeisha Sarbo. Follow her. Follow her on Twitter. Follow her on Facebook. Go to her website. She's amazing. And let me just stop and just say who I am. I'm Coach T. Bankston, Tanya Bankston, and I am president and CEO of Greater Heights Coaching and Professional Development. And one of the things that I do is I help women to turn their life challenges, turn both professionally and personally, into positives that help to catapult them to their next greatest level. And I enjoy reinvention, helping women to reinvent themselves. So, depending on what it is that you're going through, what you're trying to change, um, I mean, I've gone through it. I know that where you start out is not where you have to end up. And I believe that we can't control the things that happen in life to us, but we can control how we respond to them. So, facing your fears just requires you to just do it, just to face it, and to do it on a consistent basis, to do it on a regular basis. Um, For me, that's what I said I was going to do in terms of getting out here on social media, starting to blog more, starting to embrace the automation and, just the whole online scene. So I have had so many emails, so many tweets, so many um, Facebook messages since I started last week talking about change. And that is something that I really, really embrace. I really enjoy. Do me a favor, go to my website, www.coachtbankston.com. Email me at, hi Stephanie. I think that was Stephanie that just joined me. Thank you for the heart. Um, oh, thank you. So, and sign the email. I'm going to be having a webinar that's coming up very soon, and it's going to talk about the 3 simple steps of change. Just 3 simple steps. It's really, really easy. You can take these steps and apply them over and over and over to different areas of your life, and you'll find that the same 3 steps work every time. Hi, Coach. Hi, Coach Aisha. Hi. Thank you for joining me. Right now, I'm just talking a little bit about stepping outside of. Hi, Stephanie. I'm talking about stepping outside of your fear and just making the change and doing it on a consistent basis. Thank you for the hearts. Tap your screens. Thank you for helping me by inviting people to join me. And thank you for being a support system because, like I said, today I've gotten a lot of text messages, a lot of tweets. I've even had people say, what is a scope? And I'm just now starting to embrace Periscope. So for me to be able to explain to somebody what a scope is, that is funny. Thank you for the hearts. Please invite people to join. And so basically, I want to keep just rambling. I have to get used to the little hearts and get used to people jumping in. Coach Aisha, I'm going to make you proud of me. I am going to get to a point where I'm doing longer than 10-minute scopes. They're going to be content perfect. I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there. I promise. I promise myself. So anyway, back to the story. The story is stepping outside of your fear. The story is change, embracing change. The story is getting to that point where you know that there's an area in your life that you're not satisfied with, that you want to change, but you don't know how. Just put in a greater heights. Thank you, Stephanie. You break it down into small, simple steps. Break it down to small, simple steps. Attack one step at a time and just do it on a consistent basis. One thing I like to tell my clients is to layer your steps. Therefore, you layer the possibilities of success. By layering, what I mean is you help to develop different strategies that are going to make you successful. Let me give you a perfect example. When I decided to go back to school, it took me 7 years, seven years to complete a 2-year degree. Who does that? Who does that? Who takes 7 years to complete a 2-year degree? I did it. In those 7 years, I went through a divorce. I went through a bankruptcy. I went through a job change. I went through a hospitalization. I went through a lot of major life changes. But the bottom line is that I was determined that I was going to change my life and I was going to get that degree, period. As a matter of fact, there was a point in time where I was notified by the school that I was going to start losing credits because they had been so long. Now, at that point, there was a fire lit up underneath me. I had invested too much time and too much money not to finish what I started. And I noticed, even though I had a whole lot of life challenges, I had some good excuses, if you will, excuses to make me quit. But the bottom line is that inside, and I'm gonna get really, really honest. Inside, I never ever believed that I could do it. Never believed it. I never believed it. I was kind of like on automatic pilot. I took all of the classes. I wrote all of the papers. I showed up. But in my heart, I never believed that I could do it. I was terrified of writing a master's thesis, terrified, absolutely terrified of taking that statistics class. But even beyond all that, the bottom line is I really did not believe I can do it. And part of the reason is because growing up I was told I was too stupid, that I would never amount to anything. So even though I was going through the motions, I didn't believe in myself. It took me 7 years, 7, to get to that place of confidence, to get to that place where I believed enough in myself to show up for myself, to move past my fear, and to go ahead and finish my degree. So I'm sharing all that with you just to say that even when you're afraid, doing that thing that you fear and doing it on a consistent basis, layering your success. Every paper I wrote that I got back an A or a B was a layer of success. Every class that I finished, that was a layer of success. I took one class and literally just dropped out of the program. I mean, I failed the class. I thought I was this hot shot. I thought I was so smart, and the professor failed me. D. And it took me 2.5 years before I went back to school. But the bottom line is I got up. Although it was 2.5 years later, I got up and I went back to class. So I'm saying that to tell you is that if you have a fear, break it down into small steps. Show up for yourself. Make a promise to yourself and do that thing that you fear. Layer the success and be consistent. I don't see any questions that anybody has for me. Coach Aisha always says, I jump on and jump off. Thank you for the hearts. I really appreciate it. That lets me know that I am saying something right. But if no one has any questions, Coach Aisha, Universal Coaching Institute, check her out. She is the best coach. I really, really enjoy being a part of Universal Coaching Institute and the training that I got to become a life coach. It has been truly amazing. So I'm going to scope again tomorrow. Now, I did tell you I was going to start scoping on a regular basis, but I am going to take the weekends off. So just Monday through Friday for now. In a few weeks, I'm going to start embracing Blab. So I'm going to kick it up a notch for me. I'm going to still be consistent, and I'm going to push myself to change. So I cannot accept excuses from my clients, so I cannot make excuses for myself. Until next time, I am Tanya Bankston, also referred to as Coach T Bankston. Check me out, www.coachtbankston.com, where I help women overcome their personal and professional challenges to catapult to their next greatest level. God bless.